Listen to me real quick, because I need to tell you something you might not want to hear, but you absolutely need it right now. You are sitting there overthinking again. He did not text you back. He did not call today like he used to. You are asking yourself what changed, what you said wrong, what you did to push him away. But here is the truth most women never get told. He is not ignoring you. He is starting to fall for you, and that is exactly why he is pulling back. Stay with me here, because this is going to change how you look at his silence for the rest of your life. When a man begins to feel something deep, something real, something that goes way past the surface attraction and the fun chemistry, he pulls away from you. He does not do this because he lost interest in you. He does it because what he is feeling is getting real, heavy, and serious. And real love has a way of scaring a man straight down to his core. That might sound strange to you right now, but let me walk you through it the way a man actually feels it inside his chest when the connection between you two starts to mean something he was not completely prepared for. Here is something most people do not realize about how men are wired from the time we are little boys growing up in this world. We are taught to chase. We are taught to conquer. We are taught to provide. We are taught to protect the people around us no matter what it costs us personally. We are taught to go out and get what we want, to win the battles in front of us, to handle the business of life without ever complaining about what is happening inside our own hearts. But nobody, and I mean absolutely nobody, ever sits us down and teaches us how to sit inside our own messy feelings. Nobody prepares us for what it feels like when a woman starts to matter to us more than we ever planned for her to matter. So when a man starts to genuinely care about you, when it stops being about attraction or surface attention and starts becoming about something serious happening inside his heart, he goes quiet. He starts to pull back. He does not do this because you did something wrong. He does this because for the first time in his life, he is not in control of the emotions he is feeling. And that loss of control terrifies a man who has spent his whole life being the strong one for everyone around him. Listen to me carefully here, because this next part changes everything you thought you knew about why he went quiet on you. Falling in love is not just an emotional experience you can brush off and move past. It is psychological, it is spiritual. It is the most vulnerable thing a human being can ever go through with another human being in their lifetime. And for a man who has spent his entire life building walls around his heart, staying guarded, staying a little emotionally distant from everyone he meets, that fall feels like he is slipping off the edge of something tall. It feels like he is losing his footing. It feels like the floor under his feet is no longer there to hold him up. That is exactly why some of the best men in the world, the ones who actually do care deep, act a little strange when the connection between you two starts to get real. He might not text you back as fast as he did at the beginning. He might not open up right away when you ask him what is on his mind. And you are left there wondering, did I say something wrong? Did I do too much? Did I scare him away? But no, baby, you did nothing wrong at all. He is just falling, and that fall is shaking something loose inside of him that he has never had to deal with before in his entire life. Now, here is the secret nobody tells you out loud when you are looking for answers about why he pulled away. Men do not pull back when they are done with you. Men pull back when they are completely overwhelmed by what they are starting to feel about you. Think about this for 1 second before you react to it. When it is casual between you two, when it is surface level, when nothing is really on the line in his heart yet, he is relaxed. He is calling every night. He is texting first thing in the morning. He is showing up with confidence because nothing is at stake. But the moment he feels his heart making real moves, the moment he realizes he is catching feelings much deeper than he planned for, he panics on the inside, even if the outside still looks calm to you. It is like walking on a tightrope high above the ground and suddenly looking down at how far up you really are. You freeze, your hands shake, your breath gets short. That is exactly what it feels like inside a man when he is falling for a woman in a real way. He realizes he is high up now in his feelings, and if he slips, it is going to hurt in ways he has never felt before. That realization sends a man into silence. Not coldness, not rejection, but pure fear, standing right in front of him, looking him in the eyes right now. And yes, baby, a mature man eventually learns to work through that silence in his own time. A mature man learns how to communicate with you even while his heart is still processing the magnitude of what he is feeling. A mature man learns how to stay present with you even while he figures himself out behind the scenes. But not every man is there yet, and I will not lie to you about that truth. Not every man has done the inner work needed to sit with a heavy feeling without running from it the first chance he gets. And especially when those feelings hit him out of nowhere when he was not expecting them to hit this hard and this fast, he does not know what to do with himself around you anymore. A man can be strong, he can be confident, he can be wildly successful in every area of his life outside of love, and he can still not know how to sit across from you and say, I am scared of how much I am starting to feel for you. So instead of saying those words out loud, he backs up, he slows down, he retreats into his own headspace to make sense of it all before he comes back to you a little steadier. Most people mistake that for distance in a relationship, but it is not distance if you understand what is happening inside of him right now. Let me tell you something that might catch you off guard today. A man falling for you is not always loud about it to anyone. Sometimes he falls so quietly that you would never even notice unless you knew exactly what to watch for in his behavior with you. He starts observing you more than he used to. He starts thinking about you more than he wants to admit to himself. He starts testing the waters of vulnerability in tiny little ways that only matter to him at the time he is watching to see if you will still be around for him when he is not on his best behavior with you. He is watching to see if you are real, if you are safe, if he can take his armor off around you without you using the softest parts of his heart against him at some point down the line. Because for most men in this world, giving love to a woman is not just about offering their time or their attention anymore. It is about surrendering their armor completely to another human being. And that surrender is not something a man does overnight. It takes time built up over 1,000 small moments where he watches you to see if he can finally let himself be fully seen by you without regretting that decision later in his life with you. Men process their emotions in a very different way than women do in relationships, and silence from a man is not always rejection, even when it feels like it should be to you. Sometimes silence from a man is quiet reflection happening in the background of his busy life. When a man starts to catch real feelings for you, not just enjoying your company, not just being attracted to your beauty, but feeling something deep in the center of his actual heart, he does not always know how to put those feelings into words for you to hear out loud. Society, our families, our friends, nobody raises most of us men to be emotional with the women in our lives. We are taught to handle the business of life, to be strong for everyone around us, to take care of things without ever complaining about what is happening inside our own chest. But when something touches a man's heart for real, when a woman gets in there deeper than she ever allowed anyone else to get, he does not know how to talk about it without feeling exposed in a way he is not used to at all. So he goes quiet on you, not because he wants to push you away from his life. He goes quiet because he is trying to understand what is happening inside him, so he does not damage what is already so beautiful between you two right now in this season. Let me be real with you about something most women out there never get to hear from a man. When a woman goes quiet, it is usually because she is hurting, she is disappointed, or she is slowly detaching herself from the connection in her heart. But when a man goes quiet, especially a man who has never been emotionally open with a single person in his entire life, it is usually because he is thinking about you in the deepest possible way, without telling you what is happening in his head. He is doing deep thinking that he cannot even explain to his closest friends if they asked him right now. He is trying not to say the wrong thing to you. He is trying not to open up too fast and then end up getting his heart cut out by someone he trusted with the soft part of himself. He does not want to look weak in front of you, and that does not mean he is weak, and that does not mean he does not love you deeply. It means he cares too much about what is happening between you two right now to seem careless with any of it. That silence is not meant to hurt you at all. That silence is him protecting himself from emotions he did not see coming and was not prepared to handle on his own without your help. That is not rejection from his heart. That is fear mixed with curiosity about where this could actually go between you two. Now, some men do disappear when they are not interested in you anymore, and I will never lie to you about that part of real life. But the kind of man we are talking about right now in this video is not that kind of man at all. He does not ghost you. He does not vanish into thin air without a single word of explanation. He stays inside your orbit in the quietest way that you can imagine. Maybe he is not as loud as he was at the very beginning of your relationship. Maybe he is not texting you back in 2 minutes the way he used to at the start when everything was brand new and exciting for him. But he is still there for you. He is still watching your social media stories. He is still reading every single message you send him. He is still checking in on you in small, quiet ways that you might not even notice if you are not paying close enough attention to him right now in your busy life. That is not a man who is done with you and moving on. That is a man who is caught between the safety of being alone for the rest of his life and the huge risk of opening himself up to a real connection with another human being who could completely break his heart. He is sitting in that middle space right now trying to figure out how to bridge the gap between the walls he built for years and the love that is trying to pull him forward into a brand new life with you. And here is something else I want you to understand before we go any further into this conversation. Silence can actually be a man's way of communicating what he does not know how to put into actual words yet. He is feeling things inside his heart that he has never felt before in his whole life. He does not want to lose you for good, but he is scared to be vulnerable with the woman he loves. If I let her all the way in past my walls, will she still see me as a strong man who can lead her properly through life? Will she still respect me when she sees the broken parts I've been hiding from everyone else? Will she eventually use what I show her against me one day when things get hard between us? Those are the kinds of thoughts running through his mind 24/7 right now without him telling a single soul about them to anyone. But instead of saying any of them out loud to you, instead of letting you see the war happening inside his own head about whether to step forward into love with you, he just goes quiet on you. That quiet is not him leaving your life behind for good. That quiet is him in process, working through something heavy in his chest. He is sorting through things that you might never hear about from him, but things that involve you in the deepest possible way. Things that involve the very real possibility of him loving you the right way. Not the cheap and easy way, but the way you have always deserved to be loved if he ever gets brave enough to step all the way into this thing with you. Watch carefully how a man tests the emotional temperature of the connection between you two. He is watching how you respond to his distance from you, and not just when he is close to you, but especially when he puts some space between you two to see exactly what you will do with that space in your life. If you start chasing him down with one long text after another, if you start questioning your own worth in his eyes, if you start blowing up his phone demanding answers he is not ready to give you yet about where this is going, he sees all of that as a sign that he needs to keep his walls up a little higher around you for now. But if you stay calm in your own feminine energy, if you stay confident in who you are without chasing him and without punishing him for needing a little space right now, he sees that too. And he notices it more than you will ever realize from the outside looking in at his behavior. To a man who is trying to protect his heart from getting crushed a second time, your reaction to his silence says so much more than any words you could ever type out to him at midnight when you cannot sleep because of him. Men test love in silence, and they do not always do it on purpose. They just do it anyway because it is a survival tactic they picked up from being hurt too many times in their past. It is a way of asking the woman he loves, without ever opening his mouth, the most important question he has ever had to ask another human being: is it safe for me here with you? A man who has been hurt before, who has been misunderstood or taken for granted, by someone he gave his whole heart to in the past will guard his heart like it is the last valuable thing he owns in this entire world. Real men do not always say what they feel first out loud to the woman they love with their whole heart. They show it in small shifts of behavior you can feel if you pay close attention to what he is doing for you every day. They show it in tiny acts of vulnerability that cost them almost everything to give away to another person in their life. And they show it in being consistent for you even when everything inside them is screaming at them to run away from how deep their feelings are getting for the woman standing right in front of them. The truth is, most real men do not walk around making big, loud declarations of love in public that you could post online for your friends to see. They are not going to pour their whole heart out to you in long, drawn-out text messages at 3 in the morning. They are not going to confess everything they are feeling on a candlelit dinner date, the way you see it happen in the romantic movies you keep watching on repeat. And that is not because they do not care about you in the deepest possible way. It is because for many men in this world, love is something they speak through their actions, not through words on a screen. When a real man is falling for you, you will not always hear him say it out loud to your face yet, but you will start to feel it in every single part of the way he treats you, day after day after day. His behavior begins to shift in small ways you can sense even before you can name them out loud to anyone in your own life. You might not notice it right away because the change is so subtle at first, but when a real man is falling for you, his whole world starts to slowly include you in places it never included anyone else before he met you. Not just in his free time, not just when it is convenient, but in his actual thoughts, in his daily routines, in the way he plans out his future in his own head without telling you about it yet. Vulnerability does not come easy to most men, and we are taught from the time we are small boys to be tough and to never look weak in front of the woman we love. So when a man lets his guard down around you, when he shares something that makes him feel exposed in a way he has never felt before, that is his version of saying, "I love you," without using the actual 3 words. Another way a real man shows you he has fallen for you is through consistency that never wavers. He does not just pop in and out of your life whenever he feels like showing up. He does not disappear when things get tough. He stays for you even when he is tired, even when he is busy, even when he has every reason in the world to pull back. That is how a real man loves in silence. That is how he tells you he is falling without ever needing to use the words to say it out loud in front of anyone.